Hey guys, so I just wanted to show you this little thing. I've been working on this for about 1.5 months. I'm so happy it's finally done. So I knew that I wanted to have a flower bouquet of sorts, but the problem for about 2 or 3 days and then they die. So I've been drawing flowers, and these flowers were all flowers that would have ended up in the landfill. Yeah, it's crazy. So, um, I think this is about one, two, three, yeah, three different bouquets of flowers that I put together. And this used to be a water filter. I found this in Manhattan, and I think it's called a Soma carafe or something like that. So I got rid of the filter because I didn't need it. And finally, I put my arrangement together. I'm so happy about it. The way you do it is, and this is, of course, I'm not a professional, but what you do is that you get scotch tape, and then you basically make a tic-tac-toe. So if you look really closely, I have two over here and then two over here. So I end up with, yeah, so two lines of tape over here, two lines of tape over here, and then you just kind of put flowers in. I heard you're supposed to put the flowers kind of facing out that way and that way, kind of make them all the or close to it. These stargazer lilies were a little longer, so I just kind of snapped them with some regular scissors. And I'm super happy with this because these flowers should technically live for a really long time because they've been air dry. If you look closely, I think these are daisies. I'm not too sure. Maybe they were daisies. They're nice, but the problem with this is they are very fragile. Yeah, so some of them are bald. I don't know if you guys can see it. Like that one's bald because if you kind of move it a little, even if you dry it, it's super fragile. So I am happy about this. All you do is you get a hanger, and then you hang it, and then you have these flowers tied up at the base. I usually use twine, and then I use rubber bands to reinforce it as well. Leave it for about 3 weeks, 5 weeks, whenever you think it's fully dry, and afterwards, rearrange them. That's it. So I don't need any more flowers, and I'm super happy about that. This is the mess that I made, and I need to, because these are super fragile, and these are the flowers that I need to hang upside down. Believe it or not, I actually got these yesterday at my little that little food distribution thing that I volunteer at. And it looks like absolute crap today. Yeah, so they were really beautiful yesterday. They were perfect, and then for whatever reason, even though I really love hydrangeas, they tend I never seem to get them lasting more than 2 days, or I have to like submerge them in ice water to revive them, and it just irks me because I love these flowers so much, but they tend to look like total crap. Yeah, so I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. They just droop very quickly for whatever reason. Well, this goes upside down. All you do is you just hang it up by string. I just kind of, and then just hang it upside down like that for 3 weeks, 3 to 5 weeks. And then afterwards, put it right side up, put it in a vase, and then you got something like that. Yeah. Yeah. So this, I want to tell you this only took me 5 minutes. This took me like 40 minutes to figure out how to do it. 40 freaking minutes. And I know there are florists out there who are like, oh my goodness, this is not professionally done or whatever. Whatever. I like it. I like it. I don't really, I'm not very creative, but what I heard you do is that you want to get something like similar colors or bunch them together. So I kind of put these purples next to this red, next to kind of flutter out the yellows around here. That's what I did. And then you can kind of see like the darker pinks. I don't know what flower this is over here. They were pretty, and then they dried up looking like a freaking race for whatever reason. Yeah. Yeah. So, this will last forever. I am one of those people. Seriously, I don't need any flowers. If I get any bouquets of flowers, I'm just gonna hang them up. But You guys know when I go to Manhattan, there are places that dump out flowers as well. And with those flowers, I'm planning to rescue them. And after I rescue them, dry them, and then I can stick them in a vase. So this is a vase that I also rescued nearby. I had them originally in this, and then finally I had enough flowers to put them in this. Yeah. So this is really, really nice. So this was rescued. This was rescued. This, believe it or not, Lewis's ex actually used to work at this place, Organic Avenue. I think they closed down. I heard they were really popular with divers because they used to have a code fresh press. No, they used to have fresh pressed juices, and they threw them out in these bottles. This is like years ago though, if I remember correctly. So yeah, I just repurposed this. This Christmas tree thingy for Majingy is from, I think last, no, this January or February. And these little birds, I rescued them from a craft store recently. So I just added my little birds over there. So this whole setup is basically, and then you know where the pine cone's from. This I picked up yesterday. Someone was getting rid of it, so I was like, oh, perfect. Let me make a little twinkle star. See that? I don't know why only some of them blink. Maybe it's broken. Who knows? But yeah, I try to have these like little setups of sorts. So rescued. That was from like a block away. This was rescued. That was rescued. The only thing that I purchased was this off Amazon and this. So this is our mistletoe from last Christmas, and this is Lewis and I first Christmas together. So I figure every year I'll make sure we get a mistletoe, and then you'll see every Christmas we have like an additional mistletoe of sorts. I used to be much more fuller, but the problem is that the cats knocked it down or it fell down. I was like, grrr. So I think this Christmas our mistletoe will a lot more fuller. You can buy these mistletoes at Trader Joe's. I think they're about $3. I was so stoked when I saw this mistletoe because this is the first time I've actually seen a real mistletoe. Like this is a genuine mistletoe. I think it's collected from Washington, but I might be remembering it wrong. If you are, if you want to remember every single year, I would highly suggest this is something that's super frugal. Buy mistletoes for $3 at Trader Joe's, hang them up, and then every year you remember, every milestone that you hit. So this is the 2019 one, and then I'll have the 2021 underneath that. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know how I'm gonna hang 2020. Maybe right next to it. Yeah. So I gotta clean up this mess, but here's our little mantelpiece, and I like it a lot. This will be dried and probably in like a month and a half. I need to accumulate a lot more flowers. That's the thing. I figure that I need about 3 bunches of flowers to make something like this. One thing about florists that I notice, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like one of the reasons why florist bouquets look so good is they have like an abundance of flowers, right? So if they're a little short on flowers, they're like, okay, we'll just add more flowers in and more flowers in and more flowers in. Versus if people just buy flowers, they typically just buy, one bunch and it's just like one single flat thing, like one little sunflower. Like these are sunflowers. So one sunflower, and then it looks kind of sad. So variation is definitely the key. I don't have any space to put the hydrangeas over here, but yeah, I think I'm just gonna have to do its own separate thing, or maybe make another bouquet on the other side of the apartment. Yeah, so I'm happy about this, and yeah, this should last a very, very long time, and I'll keep getting flowers. I think I'm just gonna go to that one of those supermarkets that I see in Manhattan and just start getting flowers, because the faster I collect this stuff, the faster I'm able to just make another bouquet, and then that'll from there just kind of see how many bouquets I can make. Yeah. Oh, what is this? What is this? Oh, jeez. I just knocked over my vase. See, that's like having glass. Okay, let's see. Someone's sleeping here. Hello there, Blackberry. How are you? Yeah. So I put these lights that I found as brand new in box. And I just hung them over here. There's these things called, I think they call these fairy lights. And this is what they do, okay? They get these like sheer polyester curtains of sorts, and they put these like fairy sparkle lights right behind them. Usually they line it like up down up down up down. I just had one, and then you just turn it on, and that's a really simple way of how to make things kind of look cutesy in a sense. Yeah, I don't really have much creativity. I just follow what other people do, and then if I like it, I'm like, oh, okay, it's doable. It's doable. Do you want to raise some little sheeps in the flood, concerning some hay? What do you mean, little sheeps in the flood? What sheeps? I don't have any sheeps. Yeah. I really gotta have horse though. I don't know how they. I kind of want to look at like some of those floral arranging videos and get a good hang of what they do. From what I see online, they tend to use like maybe they'll use like similar colors and then they'll have like different textures. So maybe they'll have like a big white one and then a little white one and then like a different kind of white one, like a different kind of white flower. So they'll have like three different white flowers together and maybe they'll add a little green and then some pink off on the side and somehow they arrange it really cutesy. I want to find baby's breath or like Queen Anne's lace and see how that would look dry. I don't know how that would look dry. Like some of the dried flower arrangements that I see, they're kind of pricey. You can look online. My honest opinion is if you buy flowers for any person, highly, highly recommend buy them from Trader Joe's, buy them from a Safeway, don't buy them from a florist. And the reason why I say that is I've looked at the Trader Joe's bouquets. I really like the quality of flowers. They're really affordably priced. I think, for instance, these flowers over here, I know they look like crap. They always tend to look like crap after like 2 days or so. But these flowers I think were $5.99 retail at Trader Joe's. So you figure, right? Like if you go to a floral shop, it would be more expensive. Sorry to anybody who's a florist over here, but I just look at like some of the price of floral arrangements and it just makes my mouth drop because these flowers are gonna die within 3 to 5 days. I haven't had, I mean, like really 1 week is kind of pushing it. Yeah, yeah. My personal opinion is if you buy flowers for Valentine's Day and you buy it from florists, you're really getting ripped off. Just buy them from Safeway, buy them from Trader Joe's, buy them from Walmart. Save the additional, 60, $80 that a florist will mark up and just go to a nice dinner. Go to a nice dinner, buy something or use that money to buy something else. Don't buy them in flowers. Yeah. One of the things that I remember, I've always told all my exes in the past was don't buy me flowers for Valentine's Day. Don't buy, if you do, don't buy them from a florist because the markup of these flowers are ridiculous. You see these guys who will go out to the florist, pay $120 on a bouquet of flowers. And this is one of the things that I really hated. And when I was working in Hawaii, Valentine's Day comes up, right? Then you would see these guys, sending bouquets of flowers to their girlfriends or wives. And they'd be like, oh my goodness, he loves me so much. And it would just turn kind of into like a sword fighting festival of sorts. This is the best way I can describe it. A sword fighting festival of sorts where people would show off their bouquet or be like, oh yeah, he loves me so much. He sent me this bouquet and it's from like a premium florist. And I just kind of think like it's nice, but it's just such a waste of money. It's such a waste of money, especially if you're having it delivered over there and then it's gonna die in a few days. For me, I would never like to get one of those like big bouquets of flowers um, at work. I think it's it just makes it could make someone who's in a relationship and let's say their boyfriend or their husband or their significant other doesn't have the money to spend flowers, like it would make them feel bad. And I don't judge gifts and I don't judge flowers as an indication of how much people care. That's the other thing too. That's the thing that bugs me about Valentine's Day is I would see people on the thread being like, "Oh, my sweetheart bought me this like Prada purse. Oh, I love him so much." It's and that's the only time I've said this before, but that's the only time I will hear about the significant other. Just when they give someone when they give their significant other gifts and then the person shows it off on social media like I have like a $400 handbag and yeah, I can tell like this guy is such a keeper and just irritates me. And especially if I know the guy and I know the guy doesn't make too much money, right? Instead of showing like a nice picture of the couple, it would just be the freaking handbag. It's just, I don't think that's what Valentine's Day is about. I don't think that's what Christmas is about. So I've always been one where you just, I don't like this whole, waving of look at my flowers, look at my handbag, look at my gifts that I get. Look how lucky I am because my significant other got that for me. Yeah. That's just me. I would love to see just pictures of the couple together, even if they're at home, kicking back, just on the couch. I that means more to me than just seeing materialistic things. Because that's what really matters, right? What really matters in a relationship is not the price of the gift, but the feelings that you have between one another. So, yeah. Um, yeah. Yeah. Oh, hello, Kawina. Oh yeah, Costco flowers. Yeah, I totally forgot about Costco. I haven't been to Costco in such a long time since Costco is so far away from here. But yeah, just especially yeah. Actually, no, I won't even say especially now. But this sounds terrible for any person who is a florist. If you want to get the most bang for your buck, buy your flowers from Trader Joe's. That would be my number one recommendation. I've seen like Safeway flowers, I've seen other supermarket flowers. The quality of Trader Joe's flowers, I really like. The flowers tend to be super fresh looking. The other thing that I would recommend is shop at Whole Foods. I know some people would say whole paycheck, whole foods, whole paycheck. But the flowers there are really nice. I think that if you buy a bouquet over there, let's say you take out the whole Whole Foods packaging, or even if you include it in, like it really could pass for something at some of these floors that they would charge an astronomical amount of. Look at like 1-800. Look at 1-800 florists or those other. I forgot what those online floral delivery things are. When you look at their packaging or when you look at what they advertise and what people actually get, sometimes I feel so bad for them. They spend like $90 on a bouquet and I'm like, ugh. I'd rather take a $20 bouquet at Trader Joe's or a $20 bouquet at Whole Foods. Yeah. So always remember you do have different options. Don't just go straight for the florist. And some people, they would think that they can only go to a florist. Don't do it. Go to a Whole Foods, go to a Trader Joe's. If you don't believe me, next time you go to a Whole Foods or Trader Joe's, check out the floral department. I think you'll be very surprised at how good the flowers are. That would be my number one place. Oh, do I have a no. I have a live chat showed up. There's not too many people here. So that's why I don't show I'm not having that much convo inside of my chat. And I'm also not Lewis's chat. Lewis's is about what 400, 500 people, 1,000 people at any given time, and mine's a much smaller channel, so I don't have that many people. But that's okay because I kind of like having a small channel. It's like, when you have a small channel, I see the familiar people inside of my chat, and I learn a lot from you guys. You guys share some tips to me, and then I apply it. I'm like, wow, I would have not come up with that, by myself for some of these things. Yeah. Oh my goodness, my phone is at 5%. I need to charge it. So I will talk to you guys later. And yeah, remember, buy it from Trader Joe's, buy it from Whole Foods instead, buy it from a local supermarket. And highly recommend, if you have any flowers that you receive as a gift or that you like, hang them upside down for about 3 to 5 weeks until they're completely dry, and then arrange them in this little tic-tac-toe thing. I thought this was like BS for a while, but this actually works. You got to get that crystal tape, and then you put 2 lines this way, 2 lines this way, so you make about 9 squares, right? Yeah, 9 squares. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 9 squares, and then you kind of like just poke the flowers in, like face it that way, or just play around with it, and these flowers will last hopefully for years, especially because it's not in direct sunlight. Oh, I don't know who the guy is. He was just walking around the neighborhood. I've never seen him before, and I just gave him $5. I'm really bad with faces. Um, so I don't think I will. I definitely don't remember how he looks like right now. But I wish him well, and I'm really, really appreciative that he helped me with the table. Good thing Apple does. I'll talk to him about it. We'll see. Okay, you guys, gotta charge my phone.